Hello guys, MAND4Reviews here, and it's been a while since my last video, but I'm not gonna explain why, because there is nothing to explain. I'm a lazy motherfucker, and that's about it. But today I'm back with a review of something really Japanese that I won't even bother to pronounce. Pedal. It's just another sports anime. I mean, sports genre in anime is, by this point, to be honest, basically like Harambe. It's dead, it's overused, and it's time to kind of move the fuck on. But at the moment, they're just really beating the dead horse to be even deader, as they're not changing anything other than the aesthetic, which is, you know, the sports they're trying to make exciting. You know, first it was baseball, then it was basketball, then it was fucking rugby. Now we have the cycling, the icy thing, moving shit. I don't fucking know. Ice skating, yeah, that's the expression I'm looking for. And something Japanese pedal is basically the embodiment of everything that sports genre in anime represents. Okay, hear me out here. Raise your hand. Just a second, I need to get prepared. Raise your hand if you heard any one of these things. Let's go. Main character absolutely sucks at sports he or she is starting to play, but they have that one unique thing about them that makes other people recognize them as worthy of teaching. Right? Next one. Main character joins a team that used to be good, but they're now kind of fallen out, right? And it's up to our main character and the young people in his group to make them big and famous again, right? Now, 10,000 flashbacks during the game / race / any form of competition, right? Next, never-ending supply of unique rivals, right? Next, token weird guy, over the top kind of a guy that's just fucking obnoxious and it's not funny or intimidating or any of that shit really. Next, weird bromance that's back away from turning into kind of yaoi, right? Next, sudden unexplained burst of power that makes no fucking sense no matter how you look at it. Next, high school setting with angsty teenagers everywhere. Next, stable and calm senpai that keeps everyone in check. Next, over the top fucking animation. Next, power of friendship / trust. Next, token cute girls / girls that serve no actual purpose ever, or they serve some minor purpose way later down in the line. Next, monologues. Whether, you know, spoken or inner monologues. Next, inexperienced guy beating / keeping up with the supposed superstars. Okay, you know what? I think you you see where I'm going with this, and I think that even the dumbest ones of you out there have gotten the message that I'm trying to convey here, okay?
That wasn't very nice.
So the point of this entire thing is that something Japanese pedal is all of this and even more, okay? Over the course of, what was it, like 62 episodes or something along those lines, they embody all of these things and they take them to the high ground, okay? For an example, there is this character that simply overstays his welcome. He's that weird token guy that I've been talking about. You know, the dude that goes in every fucking scene he's in, right? He makes retarded faces, he speaks like a fucking moron. He's not funny, he's not intimidating, he's just obnoxious and annoying. Okay, and you start skipping his scenes because he's in fucking every scene. And you can't be bothered to learn his backstory because you don't give a shit, okay? You don't give a shit what happened to him. So basically you'll be skipping the entire episode because this guy just overstays his welcome. Right? In addition, there's this, during the second season, it's not a spoiler, it's just stupid. Like, I don't know what it was, I think it was some kind of a filler, where basically random dudes are introduced out of nowhere during the end of the fucking race, right? And they're supposed to be these badasses that's gonna catch up to the main guys and, you know, be some kind of a trouble. But in reality, they just waste 2 fucking episodes and they waste some flashbacks thingies, you know, that every sports anime has. And you don't give a shit about them. You don't give a shit about, you just want them gone. And within 2 episodes, they are, and you're just sitting there wondering, why the fuck introduce them then? Anyway. Now, the next thing that I want to briefly touch upon is the main character. Now, Oroda, I think that was his name. Yeah, it was. He's not a bad character. I mean, he's not as annoying as, let's say, Sawamura, you know. He's not the shouter. But he can, at times, be extra mega fucking annoying, okay? But surprisingly, it wasn't actually his timid nature that annoyed me, which I was expecting. I was actually expecting to hate this character by the time the anime was over, but I kind of enjoyed, you know, that different take, because most of the guys are confident, blah blah blah, you get the point, right? No, it's his reactions. And I mean, overreactions to absolutely everything, okay? Absolutely everything, okay? For an example, in a scene, the two dudes just kind of break off the pack, right? Because there's like a kilometer to the finish line, right? And the dude goes, or something like, oh look, Superstar is doing well. And none of that is like, or when someone says, oh, we should leave behind the exhausted that can't ride anymore, so we actually have a chance at winning. And he's like, he just overreacts to every minor thing. Like, oh, there are just 2 genders. The earth is flat. Walls are white. It just gets to the point where every time something out of the ordinary happens, you can just imagine his fucking face just going like he's having a fucking stroke each time someone says something that's slightly out of his expectations, right? Another thing that I kind of disliked about his character, but this is just a personal nitpick, is the fact that he basically has no individuality, right? He lacks individuality in a team sport. He's basically there just to, you know, do what others ask of him, right? He may be the great talent, I don't give a shit. He basically throughout the entire anime has no individuality. Has no something that, you know, makes him spark, the desire within him. He needs to depend on others to basically push him forward and say, okay, go do that. And he's gonna do it. But he won't do it out of his own, you know, sense, out of his own desire. He will do it because he was fucking told, right? And that's just not interesting. Then obviously, like every single sports anime, it has all of those things that are just annoying at this point because we've seen them a bajillion times. Annoying backstories that have been repeated through and through, and they just take up way too much time. For instance, I think I've skipped 3 episodes in total throughout the entire show because those 3 episodes were actually devoted to the backstories of the characters that are considered minor. Okay, that are considered fucking minor and that we don't see often, but when it's their time to shine, right? They give us the entire fucking episode of flashbacks. Okay, I don't care because I know it's not gonna be good. I know that the backstory will be generic because I've seen previous backstories in this anime and I've already seen the style, that there's nothing unique about them, that they just basically repeat what we've been told in every sports anime ever, right? Then we have those, you know, things in sports anime that just kind of make us go, wait, what? You know, how first years keep up with the third years, stamina wise, how the guy who's been basically driving a fucking bicycle professionally for about 3 fucking months is suddenly keeping up with the best of the high schoolers in the entire fucking Japan. That just doesn't, you know, but I can't blame, you know, this anime only for it. Every single anime about sports has one of those moments and you go, yeah, that wouldn't happen. Not even fucking close. Right? And then we have, you know, the bromance that's just always inching that line, you know. It always has that subtext. Like most people don't want to admit it, right? It's, oh dude, it's just bromance, what the fuck are you smoking, right? But no, see, bromance is, if you remember that anime, romance anime about, what's it called? My Giant Story, I think, with a big dude, you know, meets a small girl and they date. It's cute, right? No, bromance in that anime is what I imagine friendship, you know, between two guys to be. Bromance in sports anime kind of leans towards that, you know, like we have a bunch of boys. They kind of have this. For an example, in this anime, there is this scene where basically two dudes shake a hand and one dude blushes and it's like, oh, this is embarrassing. It's stuff like this. I mean, it's not obvious, and I don't have any issues with it, you know, because at times it can be funny. But I'm just saying, you know, that you either just move away from the line or you just straight cross it and let us know, or just don't keep us in the dark, okay? It's not that interesting. And then obviously, as with every fucking sports anime ever, we have the power of feelings. I don't know what's with these animes that just keep pushing this idea that it doesn't matter, you know, if someone in front of you is stronger, as long as you have more desire to win, you will be the one, you know, to win. But this anime has that like in spades. It has every single episode is filled with that bullshit, and you know, but at this point, I'm not even, you know, disliking it that much because I've seen it so often that I know that I can't simply put all blame on this anime. Power of feeling is basically a genre of itself at this point within anime world, right? With feelings, we can achieve everything, blah blah blah. You get the point. But if that's your, you know, thing that you dislike or like, just, you know that this anime has a lot of it. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that, you know, insecure about your sexuality, camera pans a lot over dudes' jonks and their asses. Well, there is, you know, a couple of cute token chicks. There are no fancy shots though. None. There are a lot of abs, if that's, you know, your thing. One thing that I will praise this anime for, and I think that it does better than most sports anime, is the pace. Because, you know, not a lot of time is spent on build-up. Do you know what build-up means in sports anime? It basically means devoting at least an entire season to our main characters, you know, just kind of failing, not being good at what they do, right? Or the entire team, you know, just getting hyped, and blah, they fall and they have to regroup and rise again. I mean, there are these moments, those character drama moments, as with every sports anime out there, but at least, you know, the pace keeps going. The anime never just stops and just, you know, stays there for a while. So, you know, that's a plus. Then I go through the myriad of fucking problems that are not important just to get to the point where I can actually start doing the sport thing. So, yeah, that's a plus. But, you know, the aforementioned character drama, I think I would even praise it here, because even though there's a lot of it, it's not as over the top as you would imagine from a sports anime, because every sports anime has it, you know, when they are teenagers, right, and they deal with these issues, and it's competitiveness, it's blah blah blah. You get the point, right? There are a lot of those moments where you just kind of, I don't like that. That's not what would happen, right? Right, but in this anime, even though there's abundance of those moments, they're not over the top and they're rather short, or they're really long, but you just skip them because you need to learn how to skip anime once you've invested a lot of time in a specific genre, you know? In shonens, when there's character drama, you skip it. If you've watched a lot of shonen in your life, obviously, because it's a waste of time. Really, it's just recreation of the previous dialogues and moments from all the shonens before, but now we have, you know, the color palette and style of new writer. That's really it. There is no difference other than that. Anyway, at the end of the things, I think I would sort, you know, something Japanese, you know, pedal, kind of towards the bottom pile of the sports anime. In my book, it's somewhere between 5 and 6 out of 10, because it's not as exciting, I guess, as most of the sports anime are, because the only reason I watch sports anime at this point is to be entertained, right? And though it is entertaining, it still lacks that wow factor, you know, that the majority of sports anime, at least this day and age, bring. Like Haikyuu has really over-the-top animations, but they are really fluid and they really translate, you know, the action well to the viewers. Whereas here, they go for more of a metaphoric approach, I guess you could say. And at some parts there is just this lack of translated speed. Like, I know they're moving fast, but anime isn't actually, or animation rather, isn't actually showcasing it well enough for me to understand just how fast, right? There are some inconsistencies in animation. Obviously, it's a lengthy anime, as I previously said, about 60 episodes in total, where everyone is just, you know, playing fucking mannequin challenge or something. So, you know, if you're experienced anime goer, and that's probably the only way I'll be watching this video. You're probably used to it already, so it's not that big of a deal anyway. But anyway, guys, you know, to conclude this review, something really Japanese, Pedal is a decent anime. You know, it's, if you're into sports anime, go for it. You will definitely enjoy it. It has everything that, you know, lovers of sports genre in anime do want, you know, in that kind of an anime. But if you're looking, you know, for a more developed, more unique, or something along those lines, you know, sports anime, you may want to keep going. There's definitely no ping pong. That's really about it, you know. For my final score, I think I'm gonna go with 5 out of 10, because I think it's more appropriate. Because most of my, you know, sports anime are ranked between, you know, 5 and 8. Really good ones, like Cross Game, they're at 9. And this is definitely towards the bottom. But, you know, 5 out of 10 as a sports anime, that's pretty good. That means that I wasn't bored, that I was entertained for the most part of it, especially because there are 60-something episodes. So, you know, better than most. If we're looking at it from that angle. Anyway, guys, thank you all for watching, and see you next time.